everybody, David Brody here at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Hey, hey. Look, we've been dealing with the nuts and bolts and all the controversy and the chaos and all that's been going on here in Philly. But there are a few other things we need to talk about, and of course here on the Brody File, faith and politics is key. And so who do we talk to here in Philadelphia? Burns Strider. He is an informal advisor for the Hillary Clinton campaign. Informal the key, but he is, in essence, Hillary Clinton's spiritual faith advisor. He sends her Bible quotes and other spiritual things and quotes and ideas every single day. He pretty much hasn't missed a day in 10 years. Well, we've known him quite a bit throughout the years. So let's take a look at some of what he has to say. It includes about stories about Hillary Clinton writing a Bible curriculum and prayers sent from him to Hillary from Tim Keller, actually stuff that Tim Keller has wrote. Of course, he's a big preacher in New York. And her women's prayer circle. Fascinating. Have a look.
It's been nearly a decade now where Hillary and I share reflections and devotions each day. Can't think of a day we've missed. Maybe we have. For me, doing that, and I start most of them with sometimes it's just a quote. It's Henri Nouwen or somebody. Or sometimes I get off, I read Mr. Keller or someone from New York, who, will do these great studies on the prodigal son or someone, and I'm like, well, that's what we're going to study for the month, and I'll just work my way through the study with her.
What do you say to folks that they hear the faith talk about Hillary Clinton from a Methodist perspective, and they say either we don't buy it or that's not the brand of Christianity that we know? What's the reaction to that?
Yep,
You've heard it.
Yeah. First of all, sometimes sometimes it can really frustrate me. Like really can. Kind of that, Mississippi, kind of that redneck on the back of my head can stand straight up. And that's when I need to walk away and let it settle down. But it's because I want to say, I'm like, but brother, I think that it's incumbent on you to recognize that I know her and that you should believe or at least trust what I'm telling you. I'll just explain from my perspective why that's not true, and the person I know and her activism in church, and when she was at First Methodist in Little Rock as First Lady. She loved the Sunday school class because it was social and they had great donuts every week and they talked and stuff, but they never went very deep into the Sunday school lesson. So she did something extremely Hillary. She didn't complain, she didn't talk about them, she didn't go somewhere else. She said, do y'all mind if I teach the class for a few weeks? And then she goes and writes her own curriculum and spends a couple of months teaching the class Bible. And that's the Hillary, that's the Methodist, that's the Christian I know.
Do you sense that she's drawing closer to God through this process? I know we're all a work in progress. But.
Well, I know I have. I know that I've had 8 years of daily reflections and devotions that I may very likely not have had without her. And so the gift has come back to me tenfold. Yeah, and I'm forever grateful to her for that. And getting to work with her, she has a wonderful prayer circle of other women whom every name would be known if I shared it. The majority are evangelical leaders, and that you know, a couple of times a month I have them on the phone with her for prayer time.
I was going to ask you how often, so that's a couple times
Yeah,
a
I
month?
would think average, sometimes every week. If I'm not regularly doing it, she will ask me why and get me going again.
But these evangelical leaders, just so, because our audience, some folks might think conservative evangelical leaders, you're talking more just whoever within that orbit, right? Within,
Yeah, these are.
I mean, I know you can't name names.
Yeah, I mean, the three evangelical women on the call are ministers' wives who have a very strong activism in the ministry and whose husbands and them are really well known in the conservative community. They're conservative.
Bern Strider here on the Brody File. By the way, he also talked about a faith strategy coming from the Clinton-Kaine ticket. We're going to see more of that in the fall. More reporting here on the Brody File. David Brody here at the DNC in Philadelphia.